So you're tired of working for the man, but you've been told that you need this mountain of cash to start your dream business. Well, that's the single biggest lie in entrepreneurship. You've been led to believe that you need this fancy storefront, a huge marketing budget, and a full team of people from day one. That without a hefty bank loan or a rich uncle, your ideas are just doomed to stay ideas. Not only is that wrong, but that belief is actually the very thing holding you back from the life you really want to live. The truth is, some of the world's most successful companies were started with little more than an idea and pure relentless drive. A lack of money actually isn't a barrier. It can be your biggest strategic advantage. In the next few minutes, I'm going to give you the exact step-by-step blueprint to build a profitable company using the skills you already have. So forget everything you think you know about starting a business. We're going to build this from the ground up without a pile of cash. Let's be real for a second. That feeling of being broke is absolutely paralyzing. It's a weight that makes you feel stuck, powerless, and just completely trapped. I have been there myself more than once. You see problems that need solving, you've got ideas that could change things, but this little voice in your head just keeps whispering, you can't afford to do that. What I've discovered is that voice is absolutely wrong. You don't need a mountain of money. You need a blueprint, a clear, actionable plan that takes you from where you are right now, feeling stuck and under-resourced, to launching a real business that makes real money. The new currency in business isn't cash. It's creativity, resourcefulness, and even trust. To all the naysayers out there, and I know there's a few of you right now, I am not talking about some get-rich-quick scheme. You don't see me standing here in front of my Ferrari saying, you can do this too. But if you're determined to make this happen, but you feel like an underdog, this is going to be a practical, no-fluff guide. We're going to take your idea, then break it down into 5 simple, achievable steps. By the end of this, you won't just believe you can start a business with very little money. You'll know exactly how to do it. So grab something to write with because we're about to map out your future. So step 1 is we got to work on your mindset. Before we even touch a business plan, we've got to fix that most critical part of your business, which is your head. If you see a lack of funds as a weakness, you've already lost. You have to reframe this right now. Starting on a shoestring budget isn't a disadvantage. It's a filter that forces you to be smarter and more creative than your well-funded competitors. So think about it. A business with $1 million war chest, they can afford to be lazy. They can throw money at all these problems. They can hire expensive agencies. They can burn through cash on unproven ideas. You can't. You don't have that luxury. You have zero room for waste. Every single move you make has to be very intentional, very efficient, and it's got to be tied directly to creating value and bringing in cash. There's going to be plenty of moments that make you think you don't belong in this world of small business and that you're doing everything the wrong way. That's imposter syndrome kicking in. At times, you're going to start to believe that you just have to have all those new fancy brochures, that $10,000 website, a stack of shiny pens and business cards with your logo plastered everywhere. But your clients, they don't care about these things. Instead of digging your hole even deeper by racking up debt, you need to recognize that you have an advantage. While others are getting distracted by choosing the perfect logo color or designing fancy business cards, your entire focus will be on the one thing that actually matters, solving real problems for real customers. This is a massive advantage. All you really need to do at this point is get busy building relationships and learning what your market truly wants. You know, a few years ago, my wife gave up her 9-to-5 in the medical field and launched her own business. And like many others before her, she did it on absolutely nothing but an idea and a drive to make that happen. She had several competitors already out there in the marketplace throughout this area, and they were investing huge sums of money into making their businesses look legitimate. So she was obviously tempted to do the same thing. But by keeping her overhead low and focusing on her clients, her business in a few short years has outgrown everyone else in the industry. Now, fortunately, she learned that lesson early on that I don't have resources mindset. It's just a trap. Your greatest resource is you. It's your time, your energy, and your skills. Step 2 is time that we take a skills inventory. Your mind's now locked in. Now it's time to refine that business idea. So forget about inventing the next Facebook. Your first business, the one that you start with almost no money, should be built on the skills, knowledge, or passions you already have. For the purpose of this conversation, we're going to be focusing on a service-based business or just a simple digital product because those have little to no inventory and very low overhead. They are far easier to start with no cash on hand. So grab a piece of paper or open a new doc. We're going to do a quick skills inventory. I want you to start off by making 3 equal columns on the page. Now, your professional skills are going to go in column 1. These are things like what people pay you to do. What have you learned from your job or your education? Are you an Excel wizard? Do you know how to write emails that people actually open? Are you great at organizing projects? List every single skill, no matter how small you think it is. These are the things businesses, they're already paying for. All right, in column 2, you're going to put your hobbies and your passions. What do you do for fun? What do you geek out about? Are you the friend everyone asks for fitness advice? Do you have a knack for planning incredible parties? Maybe you're a great baker or skilled gamer, or you know how to fix bikes. Your genuine enthusiasm here is a sellable asset. People pay for expertise, but they love to pay for somebody's passion. All right, in that third column, you're going to put problems you already solve. What problems are you constantly fixing for yourself or your friends or your family? Are you the go-to person for tech support? Do you help your friends punch up their resumes? So think about the things you hear people complain about. I wish I knew someone who could just, or I hate doing. These are the business ideas that are just sitting right there in front of you. So once you have your list in each of those columns, start by connecting the dots. Could your project management skills become a service helping small businesses organize their chaos? Could your fitness passion become an online coaching gig? Could your knack for tech support become a local service for people who are a little bit less tech savvy than you? So the easiest businesses to start with nothing are the ones where you are the service. Think about freelance writing, graphic design, social media help, virtual assistants, online tutoring, or even consulting. With each of these, you can start earning money almost immediately just by selling your time and your know-how. So don't overthink this. Pick one idea that gets you excited and has a very clear customer in mind. That's where we're going to start. Step 3, we've got to test out your idea way before you build it. Now, the temptation is to vanish for 6 months, build the perfect website, design the perfect logo. That's a fatal mistake. Your goal right now is not to build a business, it's to get one single paying customer. This is the first client litmus test, and how you're going to prove your idea is actually a really good one without even spending a dime. Getting one person to pay you even a small amount does a few crucial things. It proves the problem you solve is real, and it's painful enough that somebody will actually pay to fix it. It also proves that you can be the one to deliver that solution. And it absolutely demolishes that imposter syndrome that's been holding you back. Nothing builds confidence like the first dollar in your pocket. So if you're not spending any money, how do you get that first client? You're not running ads, you're not building some complex sales funnel. You're going to do the things that don't scale. So a good place to start is with your immediate network. Your friends, your family, your former coworkers. You're not awkwardly begging them for business. Don't make that mistake. You're asking for advice. Try framing it like this. Hey, I'm thinking about offering a service to help insert that target audience with insert that specific problem. You know this area pretty well. Do you think it's a good idea? Do you know anyone who struggles with this? Now, this approach, it's very disarming and it often leads directly to your first referral. Next, go where your potential customers are already hanging out. Online, you can join Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, or whatever your social media of choice is, wherever your niche is hanging out. That's what's important. Local networking groups like B&I chapters, chambers of commerce, associations also work wonders. And please, for the first week, just listen. Nobody likes a spammy salesperson. Pay attention to the questions people are asking and the frustrations that they share. Then start adding value for them. Answer their questions, offer helpful advice, become a known helpful voice in that community. Only after you've built a little trust can you start to make a soft offer. Share something like, hey everyone, I've noticed a lot of you are struggling with, insert that problem, and I've gotten pretty good at solving that, and I'm looking to help 1 or 2 people for a really low introductory rate. If you're interested, just shoot me a message. Your goal here isn't to get rich. It's simply to get a yes. You could even do the work in exchange for a detailed testimonial, though getting paid is always stronger validation. That first transaction, it's going to be the spark. It's the proof of concept that turns your dream into a reality. Step 4, it's time to start marketing. You've landed your first client, you've proved your concept, now what? How do you get more clients without this big advertising budget? You build a free marketing flywheel, a system where every bit of effort you put in builds momentum for the next client, creating a self-sustaining growth engine. Now this flywheel has 3 key parts: content, community, and clients. First, let's look at content. You have to start sharing what you know. This doesn't mean that you need a fancy blog or a video studio, just a simple social media profile on whatever platform your audience uses the most. LinkedIn for business clients, Instagram or TikTok for the visual stuff. Facebook is great for local. Every day, post one helpful thing, a quick tip, an answer, a common question, or busting a myth in your industry. The goal is to become the go-to resource people think of when they have that problem. Second is the community, and this is what you started in the last step. You want to keep being a valuable member of these networking groups online and offline, but I want you to take it a little bit further. Engage just a bit deeper with everyone. Leave a thoughtful comment, congratulate people on their wins, build real meaningful relationships. You know, the world, it's a noisy place, but genuine connection, that's what's going to cut through it. Your next client could be anywhere, and connections, that's how you're going to find them. Third, clients, specifically word of mouth. Your first happy client is your single most powerful marketing tool. After you've delivered amazing results, you got to ask them for a testimonial or a review, and most importantly, ask for a referral. You could say something as simple as, hey, I'm so glad I was able to help you with, insert the result. I am looking to help a few more people just like you. Do you happen to know anyone who might be dealing with the same thing right now? A warm referral is 1,000 times more powerful than a cold ad. This flywheel of content, community, and clients costs you very little to get started, just your time and effort. But as it starts to spin, your content attracts more people, your clients build that trust, and they're going to bring you more clients. This is how you're going to build a brand from scratch. Step 5 is the snowball scale up. You've officially launched your business. You've got clients, you've got money coming in, you've got a marketing system that's working for you. You've built this small little snowball of success right now. But this final step is to gently roll that snowball downhill and let it grow. This is the snowball scale up, and it's all about smart reinvestment. Now, the first rule of scaling up when you started broke is don't get lazy. That first little bit of profit isn't for celebrating, it's for reinvesting. But you have to do it wisely. Remember that discipline you had when you had nothing? Don't lose that mindset now. Your first reinvestment should go into your tools that are going to save you some money. Time is one of your most valuable assets right now. If a $20 a month tool saves you 5 hours of work, that's a massive win. So look at the biggest bottlenecks in your workflow. Spending too much time scheduling? Get a scheduling tool. Struggling with invoices? Find a free template or a low-cost accounting tool. Automate the boring stuff that you just don't enjoy so you can focus on what really matters, which is making money. Once you're more efficient, your next reinvestment can be into your marketing. This doesn't mean buying some expensive billboard. It could be as simple as throwing $50 towards an online ad or paying the fee to officially get your business registered. Or maybe you're even going to invest in a simple website that's going to act as that central hub for your brand. Eventually, you're going to reach a point where you can't do it all yourself. Your first hire shouldn't be a full-time employee. It should be a freelancer or a virtual assistant to take the repetitive tasks off of your plate. Those are the things that are really eating your time, and freeing those up allows you to focus on the big picture. Scaling, it's not about suddenly spending a lot more money. It's about making small calculated investments with the profit you've already earned. You use the money from client A to buy a tool that's going to help you serve client B and C a little bit better. Use the profits from B and C to run a tiny ad that's going to bring you clients D, E, and F. It's a slow, steady, sustainable growth funded entirely by the value you're creating. So let's recap this blueprint. You've been told that starting a business is expensive and complicated. That's a lie. The path is simple and it doesn't require a ton of cash. Step one is you got to work on the mindset. You've got to reframe being broke and start looking at it as a strategic advantage that forces you to be creative and disciplined. Step two is you got to take an inventory of your skills. You find a profitable idea based on the skills and passions you already have. Step three, that first client litmus test is really important. You've got to prove your idea is viable by getting one paying customer through direct, value-driven outreach. Step four is that free marketing flywheel. You've built a client-generating engine using content, community engagement, and word-of-mouth referrals. Then finally, step five, that snowball scale-up. You smartly reinvest your first profits into your tools and resources that are going to save you time and really help you grow. That's the blueprint. It's not magic. It's not easy. It takes grit and consistency and this relentless belief in the value you have to offer, but it does absolutely work. The only thing standing between you and a real business is you taking that first step. So if you're tired of working for the man, here's your call to action today. Commit to that one step. Today, just one. So let me know in the comments which of the steps you're starting with. And if you have way too many ideas bouncing around in your head to commit to that step today, you may just have a little bit of ADHD. And if that sounds like you, check out this video right here on how ADHD entrepreneurs can win in small business every day.